Yo, what's good? This is another episode of the 3% Show. I'm your host, Jay Davis. That's DAVI number 5. Got 3 young ladies here that I've been knowing for a long time. Respect them. Cool people. Some from back home, some from H-Town. Today's show is called Queendom Thoughts. The reason being is I'm going to ask some of these questions that I've thought of, I hear in conversation that maybe men have thought of, and even women. This is the 3% show where I always say, I have this saying that people will show you 97% of their truth. That's good, it's admirable as long as it's real. But the 3% that they don't tell you sometimes hold powers in your life. And that includes good, bad, ugly, it makes you thrive and more. So, ladies, without further ado, can you please introduce yourself? We can start with, T, and then go our way around to Tanya and then Nicole.
Hello, I'm Tia from Kansas City, Missouri.
All right. Caller, are you there?
That's it. I'm Tia from Kansas City.
Tanya, you ain't even got to put on mute. Ain't nobody in your background. Come on, keep it real. Keep it real.
Oh, I do. They just quiet. Okay, Tanya Williams, Houston, Texas. Mother, wife,
Okay.
big sister, little sister, all the above.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Miss Nicole with the gray walls.
Hi, I'm Nicole Thomas, wife, mother of 3, friends of many.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, ladies, I appreciate you coming in, tuning in, and being here with me. The reason why this was so important is because probably about 2 months ago, I did one with fellas. Got to hear some of their truths, their 3%. Very interesting conversation. And I was nervous about having the ladies on because I know y'all keeps it real. So if that's the case, it's going to be a light conversation that could lead to more if you choose. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, how are you ladies doing? How you doing? Everything all right with you? Long day?
For me,
Very long day.
Right. Very long day.
Damn, my day was light.
Yes,
Hey.
that's about our
As
day.
always.
Right, he did
As
ask
a
about our
wife and
day.
a mother, and just as a woman.
Oh, so we gonna really get into it. Okay.
We gonna really get into it.
Okay, you already grabbing something that ain't there. It's cool. So
Bring it all down.
first question that I normally ask, how are you ladies doing coming from 2020 to 2021? I'm sorry, I take notes here. The question is, what have you learned about, what things do you feel you have learned about yourself coming from 2020 to 2021? I always ask this question because it's a big year.
I'll say for me, what I've learned is it's okay not to be okay. We all go through stuff, and I know me for myself, I'm gonna speak for myself. I walk around with this S on my chest.
Mm-hmm.
I take a lot in, try to be superwoman, but I've learned that it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to talk about it.
Absolutely.
So that's what I've learned.
Absolutely. Any other lady?
I've learned that for me, it's been good for me to step back and really kind of look and see where everybody else is coming from without me more so being the one that initiates things. I've stepped back to see, where people really are with me, and has it always been me? Or has it been, both of us? And you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so that's what I've learned, that I need to sit back and spend more time with Nicole, and enjoy Nicole.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything about you, Miss T?
I've learned that I like being at home. This
The 2-step queen, go ahead.
Yeah, it did sitting at home in peace and quiet did not bother me at all. I learned who is really for you and who's not. Your circle, the people who were with you on a day-to-day basis during this pandemic are the ones who are true, who are real, and who are for you. That's what I learned.
Mm. So you feel
That's
that
it.
this time sitting still kind of has weeded out, not necessarily unnecessary people, but you feel that it has weeded out the people that are not ready to grow with you at this part of at this part of your life.
Exactly. If you're not with me on this journey that I'm on,
Hmm.
then you wasn't something. It wasn't meant for you to be.
Okay, and that's not even a bad thing. Sometimes it's
Mm-mm.
just growth. You can't take
Mm-mm.
everybody
Mhm.
with you.
Exactly.
Okay, I can dig it. So let's jump into some of these questions that I might have for you young ladies. Give me 1 second. I got my trusty pad with me. Let me proofread it so I don't sound like I don't know how to read my own handwriting, and I don't. All right. So one question I have, and I've talked to a few people, is what things do you feel have changed for today's woman versus the traditional role of women in the past, even in a household or just period?
Ooh,
Women are out here getting it.
that's a whole lot. I know for me, I'm old school, you
Mhm.
know. Um, I believe in taking care of my house, taking care of my home, make sure my husband good, make sure my kid is good. You know, even though I work at night, I still get up in the middle of the day, make sure they have a hot home cooked meal before I leave. I go to work, I make lunch, I make sure my house is good before I leave. Shut up. Say nothing. But I feel, this is my personal opinion, a lot of new women, like I would say maybe the younger generation,
Some of the
they
Mhm.
don't
young
cook. They don't
generation.
cook no more. Either they don't want to or they don't know how to. Because
Mhm.
I know, like I said, my grandmother raised me. So I was raised in that old school traditional. Grandmother stayed at home, grandfather went out and worked. Now we don't have that grandmother teaching and raising the children like we did. We don't have that village anymore. So now it's all about, and this is my personal opinion, getting out here, being, making fast money, doing this, doing that. They want to run the house and be the man and lead. And oh, I'm not, nobody go tell me, well, I'm not doing this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
other
I feel
ladies want
sorry
to
for the
chime in
man.
on
I
that?
feel sorry for the man. I feel sorry for the man now because I mean, I'll be 50. I'll be 50 this year. So I don't consider myself too old and I'm not too young. I'm like right there,
Season. We call that
and
season.
season. And and I have conversations with, I'm always talking to men, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but I'm always having these conversations. And some of these women is just a trip, and they don't know how to talk to the man. They confusion the way they're talking to the men is like they're talking to their kids, they don't
Mm.
know how to take care of the home. They don't know how to take care of the man. But I want a man, and they want the money from the man. Well, ain't no money. Most smart men is not gonna just take care of any woman. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I just feel sorry for a lot of men.
Okay,
I
I can
do.
dig it. I can understand where you're coming from on that. It's refreshing hearing it from a female's point of view versus how it's looked upon sometime as all dudes just be tripping X, Y, Z. What about you, T? Chime in on it. Are you good?
I am speaking from the single woman side.
Yeah.
I've been single for a long time,
Mhm.
but I'm also old school when it comes to the man leading,
Mm.
the man being the head of the household, the man running things. But I also believe sometimes that these men don't know how to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
They don't know how to lead. And me being the strong woman that I am, I'm not going to allow a man to continuously lead us into a brick wall.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Give it
I'm
back. Yeah.
also, I don't cook. And it's because it's just me. I had my oldest son is 22 and grown. He's gone. And I have a 15-year-old son, but he's always gone. Like he is a captain on the drill team. He has jobs. He works. My
Mhm.
son is barely ever home. So it's just me.
That's
I
cool.
But
don't
it's
know how to
also
cook.
it's also important at what stage you're at. You know, you're
Mhm.
you're at that stage when you're ready to vacation. You're ready to. You just want somebody to spend that time with. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you know, we got young women that are bringing up kids.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely
They ain't
right,
even
though.
cooking for the kids. You know,
You're
McDonald's and
absolutely right.
Kentucky, they're cooking for the kids. You know,
You're
so
absolutely
those
right.
are the women. You know, so I've only been married almost 5 years.
It's been that
So
long?
almost, yeah.
Golly, boy, you're about to
Yeah.
renew the vows. Come through. Come through.
Yeah, yeah. So I can relate to where you're at, because I was very single before I got married, but I understand where you're at. I really think it's when I speak, it's more so towards the younger generation
You're
Uh-huh.
absolutely right, though. You
as
are.
And
well.
the reason why I ask these questions is me and one of my great friends, we talk and we have conversations. And he brought up something that was important, and it's what does traditional look like? Because I feel like we've gotten away from it. However, I'm going to do a show that's going to value tradition, but modify which upgrades truly work in today's times versus what should have been left back. I've never been a fan of you stick with that man because he got a good job and he can go raise hell and have other families. I've never believed in that. Yet I've never believed in, certain women, if they've made more money or whatever the thing is, being abusive to men, mentally, emotional, or even physically, because it does happen.
Right.
So I think in today's time, with the younger generation of being free thinkers, and not saying that all young people don't have it together, because there's some young people that I tell some of my friends my age, talking about, you better get you a young man, because there's a lot of old fools out here doing the most.
Yeah.
So,
I think time itself has changed the roles per se. Like when I was growing up, both of my parents, my mom and my stepdad both worked, but my dad took care of the household bills.
mhm,
But there was a point in time when my mom didn't work. Well, nowadays it takes two incomes at times to run a household. So, things have kind of shifted a little bit, but I would say whatever works in your relationship, whether he works and you stay at home or you work and
right.
he stays at home, whatever works. I like me, I'm just old school. That's the way I was raised. But time itself
Mhm.
has changed
Hmm.
so much. And we've had to, the women, I would love to stay home. I ain't gonna even lie. My husband's sitting right there. I ask him all the time, can I be a stay-at-home wife? And he like, no. I'm like,
No.
okay. But at least I win the lottery, but time itself has changed more so the dynamic and the roles of the household.
And I think a lot of times it's situational, no matter if it's a relationship or a wedding. I feel like you have so many people on the outside looking in, trying to tell you what your household should look like instead of just taking care of their household. That's a good segue into this next question. For years, and I'm just, whether you're married or not, or if you're married or if you've been married or a long-term relationship, for years we've always heard how it is and the importance and how bad it is sometimes for men not to be in the house, no matter if they're in prison, no matter if you're married, no matter if it's distant, no matter if it's on and on. My question for you ladies is, we hear what a man's supposed to be: leader, provider, protector, XYZ. What is a woman's role in a marriage or in a deep relationship? What does that look like in a healthy relationship? What is a woman's true role? Because we never
The
address it,
same thing.
never really talk about it. Well, you know how they say, well, women can't raise a man, or a woman can't tell a man what, you know what I'm saying, how to be a man. Well, what is a woman's role in that household? Or
To lay the foundation.
But first, you have to understand a marriage is a partnership. We would
Absolutely.
point blank period. Whenever it all boils down to it, it is a partnership. So it's a give and take.
mm,
At one moment, your man could be the strongest, you know what I'm saying, and you just be that docile woman. But there comes a time where you have to look at your black man and understand that black man can be weak too.
mm,
Yes.
And when he is at his weakness, it is for us to stand up and stand tall and stand next to our man and be the strength for him.
mm. Okay. Anything else, ladies?
I think
Um,
Go ahead,
Go
Nicole.
ahead, Misty.
No, go ahead.
I just agree when you said, but be the supporter. We have to do the same. We do the same thing that they do. We support them. We support the household. Like she said, it's a team. He needs to know that he can lean on me. And that he can count on me. And we both need that. He needs to know, have the security. I want the security is big with me. At the same time, I have to show him that he has the security with me. So
Absolutely.
that's just my opinion.
I mean, like you all say, it's a team thing. I tell my husband he's a teammate, partnership teammate. However you decide to classify it. But as far as the woman's role, I think I'm traditional, so I believe we're the helpmate. But at the same time, it's whatever works in your relationship. You know what I mean? So it's ultimately between the people in the relationship, the couple, right, as far as the role for the man, the role as the woman. Now, for me, I'm gonna let you lead as long as I can trust you to lead. Does that make sense?
So
if I can trust you, I will follow you. But if you constantly like Miss T, like T said, if you constantly lead me the wrong way, hold on, wait a minute, get out, I'm gonna drive, or we gonna take separate cars.
And you see, well, that's a whole nother one. But I truly agree with what you're saying. And the reason why I ask this is because in today's time, sometimes you have women that will instantly go to, well, what am I supposed to be shackled to, a ball and chain to a kitchen and a bed and XYZ? And I like how you ladies are able to express what it means to you, because sometimes young ladies will find it offensive. Like, well, why do I have to do XYZ? Is a marriage meaning that I'm not worth anything and more? So that's the reason why I asked that question, is because, again, you always hear what it's like not to have a man in the house. That's why it's a question, if a male is in the house, then what is a woman's true role in a modern day woman, no matter if you're working or not. So I appreciate your answers and your truths. At least
in my opinion, I think I'm sorry, but if women weren't, if some women, because it's not all women.
We're going to emphasize some on this podcast. So don't come for the young ladies if you're a lady who don't agree, or a male. We're just talking in general of what we hear, what we feel, what we see.
I always say, women, in my opinion, we are great manipulators. We can manipulate the man to get whatever we want, but you have to be truth in your manipulation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not trying to trick you into anything. I'm being my true self. And it's like, it's those that are just so, I'm gonna trick him into this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have this baby, and then I'm gonna get,
But that can blow up on you.
You have to be your own.
No man.
Child, I grew up in the 90s.
Your own genuine self. My friendship grew, was the foundation of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? That should be the foundation, your friendship. You should be able to be friends, cross that altar, and nothing should change. It should still be the same. It doesn't, you don't cross the altar and then now I got to do this and you got to do that. No, we're a team.
Can I say something?
The team over here was a team over there.
I think you hit it on the nose when you said you have to be your real, genuine self.
I totally
That's
agree
where the problem lies. In today's world with social media, anybody can be whoever they want to be at any given moment, to the point where some people forget who they truly are.
I say it's like a representative. That's a representative.
Right.
Absolutely. I totally agree with what you are saying, and that goes for male and female. So just happen to be talking to the ladies. I think that just be who you are. Show me who you are first, so I can deal with that, and then you grow from there. And I think sometimes people literally, whether they're the most civilized people or the smartest or the everyday or don't knows, why present something that you're not? Because then now you're truly investing into somebody. Now you're finding out things like, wow, this ain't the vision. This ain't what I signed up for. You was a whole Coke in a bottle. When I poured you out, you like Dr. Sweet from Aldi's. It ain't the same ingredients. It tastes different.
It's a hoax. It's a facade. It's a fake. It's a faux.
Absolutely. So leading from there, we got the Say Her Name movement. The reason why I bring that up is I feel last year was a monumental year for Black women. I know you've been heard. I've known you speak your piece. I love Black women. But last year, with whatever happened and a lot of things that happened and with Miss Taylor, I feel that Black women for the first time in a long time to me with passion, aggressiveness, and standing on it, you all were prevalent in saying, look, you will honor me in life, you will honor me in death, and you will not forget me. With everything that you all go through in life and work and more, I just felt like Black women voiced their opinion harder than I've ever heard in a long time. And it meant something to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tackle different things. How did it feel to see the hashtags trending more and more and self-assurance from other sisters all around the world, and especially in the US? Did it give you a sense of pride? Did it make you feel some kind of way? The way that you all stood up for yourself, as well as, you know, what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to have that same passion and drive when it happens to you ladies. Go ahead. I brought you on here for a reason. I already know.
I think that was it's a love-hate relationship
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of however, I love to see the unity. I love to see the strength. I love to see everything about strong Black women and strong Black men.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to the women being just a little bit stronger, I think a lot of men might have got a weaker man might have gotten a little intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of Black women bashing from Black men.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna deny the fact I see it too. And I hear the but I'm a man. I'm like, if a woman has just told you everything that's going on in their life, and then you hit back with, but it's hard being a Black man in America, to me, you just disregarded everything she sat down and talked to you about. It's like you just overlooked it. Um, do you ladies, next question, do you ladies hold your friends accountable for their actions in life and in friendships, in relationships?
Yes.
Really?
Mm,
I was just wondering that because I know you always see these memes about, do men ever say I'm sorry? Do they wake up one day and say I'm sorry for what they do, or do they friends all just look the other way? As women nowadays, do you feel like the company that you keep is a representation of yourself? Are
yeah,
you woman enough, or friends? Are you at a place with your friends where you can say, "Hey, that's messed up. You're doing that man
absolutely.
dirty."
You're not a real friend if you can't tell your friend when they've messed up, and vice versa. You know, if you can't take constructive criticism from your friend and not get all up in your feelings, then, you know, as a mature woman, as a mature adult, you should be able to take constructive criticism. You know, I mean, I
Mm,
wouldn't be your friend if I see you doing something that you're not supposed to be doing or that's wrong, and I don't pull your coattail. I'm not gonna let my friend go out here and look foolish and look stupid and do something stupid. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. So, any other
As
ladies?
girlfriends, we can all sit up and have conversations and tell each other when they're right and wrong. But in the end, a grown up is gonna do what they're gonna do. And I've always said, in any relationship, whether it be friends or lovers, you have to love that person for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm. And I'm just saying that on the outside looking in because we all got those. You know, I have five sisters and I've been around circles. So we all see a group of five women be like, I can't stand these Kardashian chicks or XYZ, or a woman that's sleeping with men and doing this and that, and they married. But you look in their crew and that one girl is in the crew. And I'm like, so y'all tell her this, or is she exempt from the conversation? So that's what dudes be looking at. We be looking like, but your homegirl, like, we all know you how your homegirl get down, and y'all having this conversation. So to us, it's like a credit report. Like, it makes your credit score go down.
But that's why that's why everybody can't be privy to all those conversations. Yeah, me and my girlfriends might sit up and talk about the Kardashians, but you would never know.
Okay. So tell me this. Why do you feel that Black women have such loyalty as far as to Black men only? Do you think it's embedded in, do you think it's in our DNA where Black women and sisters cut so hard for Black men versus saying, hey, this didn't work, I'm gonna try something outside my race? Or do you feel like it's embedded in us to only think this way for this person and more? Is it a personal choice? Do you think that our elders have groomed that into us? What do you think that's about?
I think it's more of what somebody else is gonna say,
Mm,
how somebody else is gonna think, how somebody else is gonna feel. You know, when you could be missing out on something great. I mean,
absolutely.
don't get me wrong, I support my Black men, you know, but I support love too, you know, and I'm just one. I believe it comes in all colors. It's not just a
Let me
set.
tell you a story. I mean, this is a true, honest to God story, right?
Okay.
So the last time Samore and them was here for a comedy show,
Mm-hmm.
we was at the comedy show, right? We sit way in the back because we like to we like to be rowdy, talk mess. We like to do whatever we want to do without people. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching, right? I see two couples.
Mm-hmm.
I see a Black couple and I see a white couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're both walking to their seats. The Black couple, the man is holding everything. Like he got everything
Mm-hmm.
and his woman is leading him. Like, come on, babe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get us to our seats
Mm-hmm.
while he's bearing the brunt of the drinks, the food, the snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see the white couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the woman has everything. The same thing. She got the drinks, she got the food, she got the snacks,
Come on,
and
helpmate.
she's leading her man to the seat. Like he's so busy looking around, you know what I'm saying, instead of watching his woman and making sure his woman is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the Black couple, like I said, he might have been, I'm sorry if y'all hear that.
It's all right.
He might have had everything in his hand, but they was a team. They was together. They was helping each other. I don't, even in the midst of what's going on with the Black man, to me is the most loving, caring, sensitive, genuine men in the world.
So
That's just, and
let me ask you a question, and to if you got any input. So listen, I always ask this to certain people and good friends. Do we as people marry for the culture or do we marry for love? Meaning, if you found somebody that's outside of your race, can't identify with your Black struggle, period. We know that. It's a given. They know that it's a given. But they want to take the time to understand. They, you know, are sympathetic about things and empathy and more. Just they really want to know everything about it. They know, okay, my voice, I can't say XYZ, so understand if you want to vent to somebody else. No problem at all. They're doing everything to understand who you are. Hopefully, you're doing the same thing to understand that person's struggle, to be detached, or sometimes choosing to date outside your race. You have to look at the other person, what are they family thinking? So it's truly a one-on-one thing. Do you feel that if people found the one, like Nicole said, you find somebody outside of your race that loves everything about you, do you feel that some people are passing on that because of the culture or what people would say? Versus if you know a Black man, not all of us, but if you know Black men knows what a woman's struggle is, know how hard it is for them to go on to society, being underpaid, being overlooked, being shrunken because of what society does. And then he turns around and continuously dog Black women in some instances. That's the reason why I'm asking about the loyalty portion. Are you marrying for love or for the culture? What do you think young ladies are doing nowadays?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say I probably can't answer that because I've never experienced that with another person of a different race.
That's dope.
Well, I have. I mean, this is years ago, and for me, I've always said that it's whoever make you happy. You know, I have a
Mhm.
23-year-old daughter, and if she decided that she wanted to date someone outside of race, my thing is, as long as you're happy, I'd rather you would be with someone of another race if that's who make you happy, than honestly and truthfully be with the brother that's gonna treat you like crap. You
Right,
know,
right.
they can be pink and purple with yellow polka dots. As long as you happy, you know, that's all that matters. You know, people are gonna say what they gotta say, but at the end of the day, it's about those two people in that relationship. As long as they're happy, that's all that matters.
I can believe that. I truly feel that, and that's something that I would even tell my niece when I said I want you to be with a strong king and everything, and I truly meant that. But if I could have retracted that, I would be telling her, "Hey, I don't care about a person's skin tone as long as they love you the way that I do. I can get around the rest." So I
Absolutely.
just wonder how many,
As long
it's
as
just a thought. I'm not saying that somebody has to do it, but it's just things that I think of because I like to think of it all the way around. So we're almost done here. I ain't gonna be before you long. I'm gonna go to this fairy tale
preacher.
section. Huh?
I say, okay, preacher.
All right.
That's about another 45 minutes.
So hey, check this out. This section is called fairy tales. The reason why I call it fairy tales is because growing up, young, not all, but young ladies believed in fairy tales. We always read books. We were all talking about Prince Charming and more, right? So fairy tales. Do you feel that today's black men protect black women? Do you feel protected? Not necessarily your own, but just do you feel there's more things that black men can do to make you feel valued as far as protection and more, or even for young women out here too, besides yourself, the overall look of things?
Outside of immediate family, I would say no. Just based on personal experiences outside of immediate family, I will say no.
Okay, and that's okay if that's how you feel, and I totally understand. Anybody else? Are y'all good?
I have an opinion about that, but Miss Nicole, if you want to say something, you can.
No, go ahead.
Oh, she said something.
No, I agree with Miss T. With Miss T. I agree. Outside of family, I don't feel protected. I don't feel like the black man will protect me out in these streets. I don't
And we're
at all.
emphasizing
I'll
some,
give
not
an
all.
example. I'll give an example. You know, I used to drive public transportation, and being a female bus driver, bus operator, however you want to put it, there's been instances where a male has approached me aggressively, and I've had to stand firm, stand my ground when I got other males sitting right there on the bus. Had an incident, after everything is said and done, dude get off the bus and hand me a card. I'm like, what is this? Oh, you need to take my concealed gun class. I already got mine. But my thing is, where were you
When it was
a
going
few minutes
down
ago
Mhm.
when I'm going back and forth with this dude? You was hush
and
mouth.
driving a whole bus. That would
Where
have
was
made me
you at?
nervous enough to
And
sit in
that's
the
happened
right there.
multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
They hush mouth, but they got a whole lot to say to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't say none of these dudes out here. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say outside of immediate family, no, I don't.
Yeah. What about
It's
you, Miss T?
I just feel like a man who acts like that, I don't believe has seen does not have a strong upbringing.
Mm.
A man that has a strong upbringing, I'm not gonna. I can't say I can't put all black men down, but I can't praise all black men either.
Yeah, that's why we say we're emphasizing some on this
There are
episode.
some black men that I feel like will stand up and will speak up and will but then in your instance, that you know what I'm saying, it's a it's a it's a 50-50 thing for me. I feel like there are some men that will protect, that will go, but I also feel like women have to women have to show. Like, you know how they say one bad apple spoils the bunch?
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that. Like that black man might have seen um some bad examples in black women.
Yeah, that's true. Michael Basin even got a whole portion about that and Never Satisfied How and Why Men Cheat in the book. So, and that's a reality. Me being a black male, I've seen the good, bad, and the what the out of relationships, dealing with family, immediate family, and extended family and friends too. So, I really believe there is a true foundation that's needed in today's time for young men and women, and we have to be able to extend ourselves to understand to let your child be outside of your household into a healthy environment, no matter if it's school, coaches, whatever the case might be. We have to be able to extend that when the opportunity comes. And that's what happened to me. I come from a single parent family. My dad lived across the street from me and never talked to me. But yet I had a desire to learn more, and I had to mature in what I felt a man was versus what was given to me. So I totally can understand what you were talking about, Miss T. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to talk about that again. Truly, I am. Fairy tales. Why do you think some women are starting to hyphenate their name or asking men to take their last name versus when you were a kid, you wanted to be a princess and Prince Charming comes and swoop you and you get the last name? Why do you think is people are going around and switching to young ladies? Do you know any, or well, you don't have to name them, but what do you think that's about? Hyphenating the name or asking for a man to take her last name?
Control. Control.
Maybe
For the man taking the woman's name, yes, but the hyphenated, I believe, has to do with children. Like every woman I know that hyphenated her name is because she had children outside of that marriage, and she does not want that child to feel left out.
or I know someone that it's their dad's last name, so it's a hyphenated name. But for me, hey, I was quick to change my name.
Hello, Tom.
So I was quick to
Miss Tanya, I am with you. When you keep saying that you are a traditional woman, I am that. I am 43 years old, and I am
right there
very
with you, girl.
traditional. But I always get told that I'm going to be single forever because I don't because of my old fashioned traditional views.
But you know what? Honestly and truthfully, a man loves that. A true man
A true man. Mhm.
will
A real man
love
wants
it.
that.
Real man wants that.
Yeah.
A real, like I said, my husband's sitting right there. I was raised, like I said, traditionally. I fix plates, I make lunch, I do all of that. But that's how I was raised. That's what I saw,
Right.
But as far, I was happy to take that last name. CJ, you was there, you was at the wedding. I was,
Yeah.
baby, as soon as I could change it, I
As soon as
changed
you
it.
told me about him, I'm like, who's this dude? Who is he? Sis, who's this dude? But I mean, I could tell, I could see a change in you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And you brought him around me and everybody else, and I was like, okay. And that's important,
Right.
because you can weed out BS sometimes when you meet somebody, especially as a man. If you've been on BS before, we can smell it, we can sniff it, we can look at
Right.
it. And a man will have to deal with another man differently. That's why I feel it's important to meet certain people in my close friends' life or best friends or sissies and all. So I totally can understand that. But
That
my
goes
thing
back
is, if you
to,
got me, baby, you getting this last name, okay? This hyphenating stuff, you can do that on your own, but you're gonna get this last. That's all I got.
Even a
That's
kid,
it.
even a woman who's got children,
my
you would
son
still.
just turned 18. I
Well,
had the same.
when they're older, yes.
I had I was divorced from my first husband in 2013. My son, I said to myself, I will not change my last name unless I got married because he was in school.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I had the choice. I could have went back to my maiden name. But like you said, Miss C, for less confusion, I went ahead and kept that married name.
Mhm.
And then when I got married, I just got married in September. I changed it, but I did keep it. I did keep that married name throughout, the time. So it wouldn't be a lot of confusion. So,
Because when it all boils down to it, we have to, even though it's unfair to say, we still get judged by that too. Oh, so your child's last name is Ray, but you not. You know what I'm saying? It's you have to think about the full picture, especially when it comes to a woman with children. So I don't know if you saw this
Okay, so
video.
I had children. I had a son when I got married to my first husband, and he had my last name, and then I had children by what was soon to be my ex-husband. I took on his name, so our two children have his last name, and I kept his last name, and we divorced in 2004.
we gotta really think about those divorces though. It's like,
We divorced in 2004, and I didn't get remarried until 2017, and I kept that last name. I did. I kept his last name, and who cares what they think?
I've
You know what
never
I'm saying?
been.
And see, that's the thing, because I have my
But you
sisters.
will. I want to tell you that you will get married. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what you want. It's what you want in your heart, and we know that God will give the desires of our heart. And you just keep following through, and you just keep finding yourself and developing yourself in whatever areas that you feel that God you need to be developed in, and that man will come. He'll come to you. He will find you. My husband found me on Facebook, girl. Wouldn't even believe it. But he will, and he's out there. And don't let anybody tell you that you ain't gonna never get married.
Because
Because
most
if that's
men,
what you want, you will.
most women have kids already. You know what I'm saying? You've lived a life.
Yeah.
And that's why I always tell people, I think the biggest problem with relationships now is you have to understand everybody knows somebody before they met you. It ain't like you just showed up and she ain't messing with somebody or he ain't messing with nobody. It's a process of elimination as you get to know
And
it.
girl, your husband probably will adopt your kids, and they take on his last name. You know what I'm saying?
That's a possibility.
No, actually, I've never been married, but my children have my last name because I've never been married, and I was not the type of woman to have kids and then keep giving them these different Negroes' last names, and then my kids just be strung all over the place. No, my kids have my last name.
That's cool. That's cool. I got my sister's daddy's last name.
Yeah,
Hence
you did.
Davis. You know what I'm saying? I went to get my passport and I looked, I said, hold up, swole up. I ain't never looked at my birth certificate. I said, oh.
It's not about the name, baby. It ain't about the name. It's about the heart. It ain't about the name.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I find young women or some women with that imaginary, that dream, wedding or whatever, they want the ring, they want the name. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what it's about.
Baby, that wedding and everything is cute now,
that
but
wedding,
that marriage is what you
Nah,
got to
yeah.
work on.
I ain't even work. It's that marriage. You're absolutely right.
Because you can have a $30,000 ring, a $30,000 wedding, but the marriage don't even last a month.
A month. Exactly.
Baby, I had a $900 wedding in Vegas, and honey, it was the bomb.
And I'm mad I missed that joint. I'm mad I missed that joint.
I don't remember how much
party.
mine cost, but we had a good time.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let me ask you this, in a traditional thought with still fairy tales, do you feel like women are still taught to value marriage? Do you think it's still a thought process
No, not anymore.
No.
People marry. I feel, this is my opinion, it's all about money and what people have
it's
now
a business
developed that with them mentality. What's in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They've developed that with them mentality. Okay, he got money, he can buy me this, that, the other. But it's you got to think beyond that. What if he doesn't have money? What if y'all can't be physically intimate? You have to think beyond that. But a lot of people, for them, it's just with what's in it for me? What do I get out of it? It's that me mentality. And in a marriage, it's not about you per se.
Okay, well, I heard a lot of no's on that. Real quick, what do you think about men popping up with these new advices, people like Derek Jackson or Kevin Samuels. Do you agree with some of the viewpoints that they're having, or well, they're on two different spectrums. Kevin Samuels is more of in your face conversation that most men never get a chance to have a conversation. You know, I feel like women can get together, have wine, sip, discuss these things, but Kevin Samuel is making it blunt.
He's
What do you
very
think about
blunt.
a person like him in the way that he's speaking for that type of woman situation that make younger men think, well, hey, if I make this much money, I'm gonna need X, Y, Z. You should be X, Y, Z. This is what you deserve. What do you think about these new age life coaches or relationship coaches that's popping up?
There's somebody out here for everybody to listen to.
Mm.
For me, I'm not, you know me, I'm not the sitting around the table talking to the girls type. I'm the sitting around the table talking to the guys with the type, and let's
Right,
get real
right.
with it. And that's how I am. So I need it hard. You know what I'm saying? I need to have those hard conversations. I'm not good with the sugar coated, you know, girl. I'm just, that's just not me.
Yeah.
But but also, you know, these guys who, you know, Derek Jackson, you know, that telling women, you know, this is this. You have to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, can't nobody tell you what to settle for or what not to settle for. You know what I'm saying? Can't when I met my husband, before I met my husband, I knew what I needed. I knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that
And I
journey.
was not gonna settle for anything. And I don't settle, yeah, and I don't settle for anything after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we are learning each other still. You know what I'm saying? Day by day, we still learn each other. I learned what I can't do, and I can't say to him what he's not going to take, and vice versa. You
Yeah.
know, but I don't feel like somebody can tell me what I shouldn't do or what type of person I shouldn't be with, because every situation is different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Whoever his ex-wife who she was with, he's not going to treat me the way he might have treated her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to settle
Mhm.
for maybe some of the things that she settled for. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know, so you know, you just got to learn the person. Like I said, you just got to create. You got to create that bond beforehand, and you know, and don't get into an agreement. And please don't sleep and make no agreements in the bed. Please
Hello,
don't do that.
Tom.
Please don't
Hello.
do that.
This is like, hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
Oh, really?
hey,
I ain't gonna lie to you. There's
hey.
certain things
A
I
lot
won't
of
say in the
agreements are made
bedroom.
there.
There's certain things you just don't say in that bedroom because it carries out. You know,
Hmm.
you'll be a
Outside the
whole nother
bedroom.
animal. Like there's certain things I won't say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say it.
So, if I can ask you, ladies, what advice would you give a younger you? And the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody else might be listening to this with their girlfriends that has a daughter or anything like that, or even a son. What would you say to your younger self, knowing things that you know now?
It's okay to say no.
Mm.
I learned
It's
that.
okay to take. It's
I
okay to
did
take your
learn that.
time. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to hurt somebody's feelings if you have to.
Honesty.
Hmm.
Yeah. Be 100% real with yourself. And the only
Mm.
person you can control is the person that looks back at you in the mirror. That's it.
When when dealing with other people, expect no expectations.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm. I can't be mad about gifts and stuff. Boy, y'all cold blooded, boy. I tell you, I better have some good gifts. Gonna tell yourself invest in them Jordans when that man want them J's.
No.
Tell us right now
No.
in your life where you at. Tell me some. Tell me some things that have just made you happy lately. You know, we just coming off of COVID. I know you young ladies are thriving in marriages. T, you're traveling more than I ever saw you. It seemed like you're more alive and aware of yourself. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I say things like this is because I've known you all, and you all are super friends, super dope. You're opinionated, you're fair, you don't take stuff, and you're growing still. And that's one of the reasons why I had you ladies on here. Tell me some things that's going good in your life. What are you looking forward to? Just period.
Well, for me, June the 2nd, my baby will be graduating. He's the last one. Yay!
You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry
I
as soon
am.
as you go
I
to
already
college.
cried at the pictures. I send you the link after we get off. I already cried at the pictures. I said something got in my eye. I don't know what happened. But just building my friendship and my relationship with my husband, traveling and just living life, just
Yeah.
living life, having fun. That's what it's all about, living life and having fun, especially with your best friend. When your mate is your best friend, man, ain't nothing like it.
What about you, Miss Nicole?
Uh, I've just been enjoying my peace, and my peace has been, in our house, been in our house for almost 2 years now, and just making it into our home. And it's just over this past year, it's just, we've done so much, and we've done it together, and I mean, hands-on together. But, I have a business adventure that I have, popping, that's stirring up, and I'm kind of excited about that, and just gotta get with the right people to see what's what. But it's this time by myself has really been, and when I say by myself, I mean, not having the girls, not going out, not doing, things
Yeah.
that are distracting, you know what I'm saying? And I've been able to
Prioritizing yourself.
focus, yes, and been able to focus on what really enjoys, what really brings joy to my heart, so. And getting this next 12 years down for retirement. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Hamburger. What about you, Miss T?
Investing time in yourself. I learned that I can do it just by investing time in myself. Like I've started my own little business, and in order to get it up and thriving, I have to invest time in myself.
Everybody got these businesses going on. I know nothing about. Y'all gotta let me know so I can see if I know somebody that can assist y'all. I'm just here for free information for people. I think that's pretty dope. If I can ask you ladies one last question from this interview and just period over your lifetime, what do you feel your 3% is? It could be anything that drives you. It can be something that's happened. What do you feel in life your 3% has shown you? It could be a happy thing. It could be whatever pushes you forward.
Ooh.
For me, it's not giving up on our youth. Our
Yeah, I
youth
see
are
you
so
working on
lost
that.
right now. Our youth are so lost right now. I have accepted so many other children as my children just because they don't have that love
Yeah,
or that guidance.
absolutely. I can understand that. Anybody else? Cool beans. Well, I tell you what, I've utilized about an hour of my time. Again, these ladies are wonderful people. Might have some information down for them, may not. This is just an open forum. Again, I use this platform not for myself, but to basically give people their roses while they can, like-minded individuals. I'm going to ask questions. It may not even be something I believe in, but I believe if you surround yourself around yes people, you're always going to get the same answer. And when somebody asks you a question in a different way, that's where frustration comes. So I just appreciate you ladies giving me an honest conversation. I appreciate your husbands for allowing me to speak with you all and trying to be quiet. I don't know if it's cognac time, game time, DVR time. I appreciate your homegirls for allowing me to go ahead and talk to you while you're in the basement and more. And I'm going to go ahead and end this, but I'm going to talk to you all a little bit after this. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can go ahead.